Hey guys, welcome and ting and ting and ting, and we're going to Serbia. And this one here is called Life on a Serbian Mountain Village, Mokra Gora. I guess that's how that's pronounced. And this one was sent to me by someone through Instagram there, and that's one way you could send suggestions of videos you want me to react to through my Instagram. The link to that is in the description. And this one is Miroslav. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Miroslav. They sent this one to me and said, check this out. So you know what I mean? And it says Serbian Mountain Village. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let's YouTube and simmer.
You look like $1,000,000, Ivana.
Oh, that's a beautiful place up there,
much-needed
man.
rest after what feels like 7 days of straight partying on the Serbian road trip. So, just to recap, everybody, we've made it to Mokra Gora. After we saw glamping down by the Drina River, which was something really nice, and we drank some champagne in a hot tub, and then had a candle-lit dinner, very memorable. We also stayed at a houseboat on Lake Paruchec, which I think is my favorite place in all of Serbia right now. Jumping off the houseboat
Beautiful, man. Look at that.
the lake, and then cooking cevap and drinking beer. Absolutely beautiful, so incredibly memorable. And then we actually joined up a fish chorba competition, which really was just a party, to be honest. The fish chorba was a secondary event to the good vibes and smiling people and very entertaining Serbians all around. And then we finished our crazy week with the Drina Regatta, which is incredible memory. I think is the greatest party of my life. Drinking beer and drinking rakia and everything in between as we cruise down the river. So it's been 5 or 6 days of pure action on the Serbian road trip, and we're really glad to have made it to Mokra Gora. We've got a lot to do today, adventuring through this beautiful landscape. But first things first, I will show you our accommodation. Our room is the very top one. So typically our room is pretty simple. It's got high slope roof like an attic and no air conditioning, but no problem because we spend most of our time down here. And overall, it's really hard to try and find any flaw with the design or the construction of this place. It's near perfect. Love the wood paneling, love the high slope roofs, and there's even a pool down here, which to be clear, we haven't used, but overall this whole place is designed and put together just perfectly with the landscaping and everything, nestled away on the top of the mountain, where it's a good 10 degrees cooler than down at the bottom of the mountain. So good relaxation for us as we detox from our epic party. Now, just over here, there's a wooden village, which was actually built as a movie set, and I think it's a source of pride for a lot of Serbians because the movie it was built for was directed by, I think, the #1 Serbian director of all time. So we will go adventure there in a minute and maybe have some lunch. But first things first, yesterday we took a train ride, which I'll tell you more about in a minute. But from the train ride through the mountains, we saw a church. It looked very beautiful, looked very small and local, and we'd like to go on a bit of an adventure first. So first things first, we'll jump down there to this local looking church. I think we can find it. It's a small town. It can't be that far. So come with us. Let's go find a local church and see what it's all about. Let's go. Okay. Let's go.
Man.
And so this is the church we saw from atop the mountain when we were on our train ride. And if you look closely, I think a lot of the details here are actually train parts. I think this might be a train track or at least some sort of piece of a train. Looks very industrial and strong. And I will say this, the red brick on the church looks absolutely incredible.
It does.
Very beautiful in the early morning sun. And inside the church, of course, very beautiful with
Whoa.
some seemingly very new and fresh painted inside and ceiling. Looks beautiful. Now, let's talk about our experience yesterday on the train ride. Because one of the biggest tourist attractions here in Mokra Gora is this train ride, which goes in a circle. It's a scenic train where you get off where you started, and it's incredibly popular with locals.
Yes.
It was fully packed, it was fully booked, and there were lineups and everything. I will say this as gently as possible. For an international tourist, it's not exactly so memorable.
Yeah, because I am not a train enthusiast. The train ride was a little bit underwhelming.
Yes.
But if you are, really excited about trains, it might be very exciting for you.
So it's a very historic train. In terms of the track itself was built like 100 years ago. It's got some very old tunnels. They advertised it as a scenic train ride, although the viewpoints were considerably less beautiful than the one at our accommodation.
That's true.
And I guess it's a source of Serbian pride because the train route is tied in with a movie called Life is a Miracle, directed by a Serbian director.
Right.
And so there's some points of the train ride that you visit sites in the movie. I couldn't believe how popular it was for how not memorable it was. Honestly. As an international tourist, I would skip it.
Yeah, there were many international tourists as well. I mean, I got a brochure in Chinese language, and I didn't even understand anything.
Yeah. They saw Ivana's face and they gave her the Chinese brochure, which was kind of funny. But unbelievably popular.
Yes.
And yet, really, it's a 3-hour, very slow train ride with more or less nothing to do. So that being said, it's time for lunch before we make our way to Zlatibor later today. So let's go for lunch.
Place is beautiful, boy. Those big old trees.
Tell you what, a lot of people ask me if I like driving.
Nice winding roads.
I like driving in places like this.
Very beautiful.
Alright, introducing the place, whose name is very hard to pronounce. Ivana and I have been calling it Dr. Vanguard. It's pronounced... Do you want to try?
The Vanguard.
You're saying like a Z. I don't know where the Z comes from, but I'll go with it. In the end, it was built for a movie called Life is Beautiful, directed by the most famous Serbian director. He won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival, which is the highest award for a foreign film more than once, and he got so popular in international fame that he ended up directing movies in Hollywood with the likes of Johnny Depp and Faye Dunaway. Now, to be clear, the train ride from earlier is 100 years old, but it was in the movie, whereas this particular place was built for the movie. So this is a new sort of construction, and it translates to wooden village. So it looks like $1 million. You can see all around me, the maintenance schedule is clearly on point because everything is perfect looking, like it was just built yesterday. Although, sort of similar to the train ride, I think it really appeals to the local crowd, especially people who have seen the movie and appreciate this famous director's work. But for international tourists like us, it's just a very beautiful place for us to wander through with not much context. I will say we had a good experience in Mokra Gora.
Yes.
Really beautiful views, loved our accommodation, highly recommend that. Although I think the attractions here appeal to the Serbian pride more than the international tourist who's never seen the movie called Life is a Miracle.
Yes, I want to find the movie now. I would really want to watch it.
We gotta find it, and we gotta find it with subtitles.
Yes.
I guess his work mostly started off focused around Serbian and I guess Yugoslavian local movies, but he gained international acclaim and ended up in Hollywood. It's probably a good movie.
Yeah.
But in the end, we're coming here to look at the cool buildings and then just go for lunch.
Yeah.
Rather than recreate our favorite scenes because we've never seen it. So let's eat. Check it out. Breakfast buffet for $7. Oh, I forgot a fork and knife.
Oh, that looks so good, Steve. Steve forgot his fork and knife.
French toast. Okay, no maple syrup, but honey. And kaimak.
Kaimak. Look at mine. I'm gonna put my kaimak. Okay. I think this is polenta. Might be good.
Sounds good. There you have it, guys.
Yeah.
So, simple time in Mokra Gora. Nice place for the view and some interesting history. Although if you've never seen the movie, it's more just an Instagram spot than a history spot.
Yeah.
You know?
For me, the whole town of Mokra Gora is very beautiful. The nature is beautiful. Even this, the wooden village is beautiful. But it feels a little bit like it's built for tourists, like a mini Disney village.
Yeah, it's got a funny feeling because they've got some restaurants, obviously, and some accommodations in the village.
Yes.
But most of the buildings are empty. So it's all perfect and very quiet. It's almost like walking through a movie scene. Alright, thanks for watching our video. Good place to detox after the regatta.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
Step 1, regatta. Step 2,
I like that church, man. That church is just
Alright, see you guys in the next
seems
video.
like there should be a river around it or something,
Right.
you know. Okay, I enjoyed that. The views were spectacular. I was expecting village people, but this seems to be like a touristy place, like they say. You know what I mean? And I don't mind going to touristy places, especially when they come with views like that, and it's kind of pristine and well kept and stuff like that. I don't mind going to places like that. I want to see the ordinary folks in the mountains and stuff, but you know, I want to go to places that are sort of sterilized to just suit what the tourists want to see. You understand? I'm gonna leave a link in the description for this video. I think is that the Jetbag Warriors. I think they're called. I think I reacted to one of theirs, where the one where they went on the regatta on the river, Serbian river. Anyway, but I'll leave a link in the description to this video. Comment down below, tell me what you think. You understand what I'm gonna say? I think if you like this video, whatever, if you like what I react to, go ahead and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys are taking care of each other, taking care of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? And you can do both. You can do both. Some people think you just have to take care of yourself, you know, and be wary of others, you know. But you can do both, man. You understand? Enjoy the rest of your day. All right? Cool runnings.